All right, guys, welcome back to the Journey of the Abandoned House, episode 15. Today we're going to talk about, framing, and some more framing, and a little sprinkle of siding. So let's head inside and have a look. So, whenever you're moving walls around or you're going to open up a space, you've got to make sure you transfer that load back down to the basement into a foundation. So, what I've done is taken a hard look at this girder here, or this beam, and decide where does it need to have its support. Now, the entire space above this is that living room space, so it doesn't really need much. But it did need to have a post here because this whole floor system does have a fair bit of weight to it, and she was sagging here. You can see originally that there was a post in this location, and they cut it out because apparently ductwork is more important than your structure. And then over here, we're going to have, where there was a wall above us here, we're putting a post and beam in, and so you have to transfer that load all the way down. So there's that one. This one is the remnants of what was here originally. So the original orientation had a post over here next to the chimney flues. It had the post I showed you over there, and it had a post over here. Now, they removed that one, and this whole beam had sunk. And when it did that, it put all of the weight of the entire floor system on this post here. When that happened, come closer, the wood of the beam itself actually folded around the post itself and started really wrapping its pressure all around it. It didn't break anything, but you could tell the tremendous amount of pressure that was there. Now, when I jacked it all up, this is how much of a gap there was once I finally got it level. And now this guy's completely free. It can come out of there. I have a perfectly good 6x8. Yeah. So, why don't you put in the comments down below what you would do with a perfectly good 100-plus-year-old 6x8. For now, it's going to live there. Okay, so we have a post here. Now, we're also going to be transferring the load above this space right here. We're putting a wall in. So I added another floor joist here. And then there's going to be another post and beam in that corner coming over to this location. So I put a double joist in here. And that gets transferred to there, to there. So that's all supported. And then just another post over there where the other post and beam is going to end. So that's all set for down here, I think. Yeah. So in this space here, which will be the living room we just talked about, that beam we're talking about runs right through here. And so I was able to put the level up here, figure out where level was, and that's how I determined the height of that post that I put in. Now, when we travel this direction, so above here, as you can see, all the lath is now missing and all the framing is exposed. So we have a good look at what's going on, and be able to eliminate some of the pipes that are hanging down from the story that used to be above this. And we'll get that all sorted out. And then in here, you can see we've added the header for the laundry room, the header for the small back bedroom, and this entire wall. So this is the wall I was talking about that we need to transfer the load where I put this extra one floor joist in. Here's the big load we have to worry about. It goes right to that girder there, which travels the length of the building, which we talked about in last week's video when I put the temporary support in over there. And so now that's all supported and where it needs to be. And now the wall's going to travel that way. In the future, we'll show you, I came up with a little extra project to do. Not like I needed more projects, but I came up with a really cool feature I think everyone's going to really like. Anyway, right. So last week we had this whole floor system completely open. And now it is fully framed in and sheathed off, and it is nice and level, and it feels really good underfoot. So that's awesome. And we're able to blend the original sheathing to the new OSB in several locations. You can see how it's freshly ground here where it's original there. And I did that because you end up with the Princess and the Pea routine. Now, I've recently learned that the younger generation may not exactly know what that means. Or their male egos in a way. I'll just throw that out there. But anyway, teach your kids Princess and the Pea. It's worth a good story. Anyway. And then in here, had to do the same thing. So now, you can't feel the difference between the two elevations. The original planking varied between, I'd say 5/8 and all the way up to an inch and 1/8. So it takes a fair bit to figure out how much you need to grind and how far you need to blend it. It's something to keep in mind, especially in a space that should have carpet in the future. And that will telescope right through those deviations. So you want that nice and flat. And what else? Oh, we started tearing into what's going to be the bathroom floor. You can see under there, so over in that far corner, you can see where that floor joist is significantly lower than the floor that we reframed this week. So what we have to do is going to reframe this to match that floor level and verify that the floor is now level. And if not, we may have to raise it even farther because we're going to put a bathtub in this section. And, well, the bathtub needs to drain. So, there's that. And we got our lumber delivery for all the 2x studs to finish framing out the interior. And we've got the timber frame hopefully showing up next week. Maybe not to the following week. We got a big storm rolling in. So we'll see how that goes. The weather has really been dictating everything that we've been doing. And and we did do a little sprinkle of siding for half a day. Missed an opportunity there. I thought we could knock out the sheathing faster than we could. And I thought maybe 2 hours to resheathe that floor. It took us half the day. So be it. So we only got half a day on a good weather day to put siding up. So that's okay. It's not great. It's okay. Because there's always more to do. So, if you've enjoyed it, go ahead and hammer that like button and throw a comment down below and let me know what you think. Thanks, guys.